This is the detention docket for the 323rd District Court for Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. We are conducting these proceedings in compliance with the Texas Supreme Court Emergency Order number 33 related to the coronavirus. And so we're conducting these proceedings remotely instead of in person. However, to comply with the Texas Constitution, we are broadcasting these proceedings on YouTube so the public can observe what occurs in a public courtroom. However, the court would like to remind everyone that this is still a court proceeding, so the court does expect everyone to behave appropriately for court. The court does expect everyone to have their cameras on and not to have bright lights behind their head or windows, which would shadow and obscure your face. The court does also require people not to appear in bed in pajamas, laying down, eating, smoking, drinking, in the restroom, taking showers, or having domesticated animals walking across the screen. No portion of this broadcast may be recorded, copied, or published. Violations of this are punishable by contempt of court of up to 6 months in the Tarrant County Jail and a $500 fine. So now you're excused from the requirement to have your camera on if you are an officer of the court. So at this point, Anton Perry, please turn on your camera. Maria Cross, please turn on your camera.
Okay.
Video.
My camera's on, sir.
Thank you. Amy Willis, I don't see your camera on, but that may be a delay on my part. Pastor John, I think your camera needs to be on. Oh. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed. I believe the first one. Morning.
Wayne said you're sending me a plea.
If you were not doing detention dockets.
It's up to you.
But you're doing detention dockets, so we're going to do it tomorrow morning at 8:30. So. If hopefully Mom can get here in time or on Zoom.
I may be a little slow. I've read through none of this. Too badly afterwards.
Okay, so I have Alexis Clark first on our list, but I don't think she's here yet.
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, there we are. Hello, Ms. Clark. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm making a decision whether to keep you here to release you. If I keep you here, then you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And Mr. Berger is your attorney. Good morning, Mr. Berger.
Morning, Judge.
So, all right, so Ms. Clark, I think you had asked to go downtown, right?
Yeah, but I had to come back for quarantine, like for my placement.
Oh, you're going to placement. Okay, so that's why you're back here for the quarantine period. Okay, well, you're level 1 outstanding. I'm glad to see that. And I'm glad there's a resolution of the case that you could find. I'm not saying that you like it, but that you found acceptable. All right, so you know I got to keep you in here since you're under quarantine. If I let you out, that would just delay your transfer to the placement, right? Okay. All right, do you have any questions for me?
No, I'm good.
All right. Alexis, thank you.
Thank
I mean, I want to just take a moment to say I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a parent here for Alexis?
No.
No, okay.
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, next we have Kelvin McDaniel, who I believe is in custody of the Tarrant County Sheriff. Mr. McDaniel, good morning. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm making a decision whether to keep you here for another 10 days or to release you. If I keep you here or keep you in the Tarrant County Jail, then you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Green is your attorney. I don't think I've seen him yet. Mr. Green, are you here this morning? Mr. Adler, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to substitute in for Mr. Green.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning. So, Mr. McDaniel, you're almost 18 years old. This is on Davis Boulevard, North Richland Hills, on a Jeep without headlights. So U-turn, chase, 3 people left. All suspects were arrested, and one of the suspects was Kelvin. Inside, they found things that did not belong to the stolen car, including a .45 caliber handgun, a Bible, and a passport. And oh, and you were on probation for a felony level offense, determined sentence offense. All right, so Mr. McDaniel, the fact that you were on probation for an offense that involved a victim, and now you're caught with a new offense and there's a handgun there, I'm just very, very concerned if I was to release you. Do we have a parent here for Mr. McDaniel?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, hello, Ms. Willis. All right, I hope you understand the situation I'm in. It's just, I have a duty to ensure the public is protected, and that gun just gives me big hesitation. Even though it wasn't placed on him necessarily, it was in the car that he was in. He's running from the police while he's on probation with a victim-involved case, a serious case involving a victim. All right, so, Mom, I hope you understand the reason for my decision. Do we have anything set for Mr. McDaniel, Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor. He's currently set for, I want to say February 3rd, or hold on just a second.
Yes, it's February 3rd.
Okay. All right, so Mr. McDaniel, at least we will have a court hearing involving your probation violation before your next 10-day hearing. All right. So at least you know we're getting close to the resolution on your case. Okay. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. McDaniel? Do you have any questions for me? All right. Thank you, sir. All right, next we have Anton Perry.
Gosh.
Perry, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. I'm deciding whether to keep you in Tarrant County Jail or to release you. If I keep you in the jail, then you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is Mr. Graham. I think I saw Mr. Graham earlier.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Graham. So, Anton, you're 17 years old, and you were on probation for...
Judge Kim, he's not on probation.
Okay, he's not on probation. You have pending cases. The pending cases for assault of a peace officer or judge and resisting arrest from September. And then December 10th, you were scheduled for adjudication and disposition with Judge Porter. There was a pass. We granted a motion for continuance. You asked to remove your monitor, but Judge Porter said no. After you left court, you were agitated since you were denied your request. When you got home, you and your dad got in an argument over a hair pick, had trouble breathing. So we issued a warrant for you. Parents are concerned about your aggressive nature if you were to come back. All right, so Ms. Perry, have you had the chance to talk to your son while he's been here in the Tarrant County Jail?
We talked to him one time because his pen wasn't working, so he wasn't able to call as much, but I've talked to him maybe twice since he's been there.
All right, are you noticing any kind of change in his attitude?
It does look like it's getting better, but it's still not totally gone with the attitude. He still hasn't willingly apologized to us, and that's
Right.
We need him to own up to his mistakes.
Absolutely. Mom, you and I are on the same page. My last question for you is, if I was to release him back to your home with you and your husband, would you and your husband feel safe with Anton living in your home?
Well, we have an order against him, so he can't come back here. We have to find placement for him. And I did find ACH who is willing to take him there.
Okay. Do we have somebody from the department here today?
I couldn't get anyone on today, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Perry, if you can talk with ACH or CPS and let them know that you would like for him to come out of here and go into a placement for foster,
I
then
did.
they can contact Ms. Blair and we can try and arrange that. I'm open to idea to release Anton. The problem is I have to release him into a situation where the community is safe.
Your Honor, I
Yes.
did talk with CPS a couple of days ago. They did advise that the older sister, if he was released, that the older sister would transport him to ACH.
Okay. Mom, what do you think about that?
Yes.
You like that idea?
Yeah.
You think that's what's best for Anton?
Yeah, if they're gonna give him some help. I mean, if he's gonna be there and not getting help, then it defeats the purpose. But they are supposed to have programs for him.
So there's a whole bunch of ifs, and I can't guarantee what's going to happen. My question was, do you think that's what's best for Anton, is to release him to ACH?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Anton, I'm telling you what, despite your poor decision, the fact that you did not cut off the monitor, and that seems like that's what was the issue, I'm willing to give you a chance to release you to ACH, to place you in foster to get you out of the Tarrant County Jail. All right, but you understand that if you cause any problems while you're in placement through CPS, I will simply just bring you back here to Tarrant County Jail. Mr. Perry, do you get what I'm saying? Mr. Perry?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, now I can. Do you have adult charges?
I don't think so. No,
All right.
sir.
Okay. If there's adult charges, everything can change. But if it's just juvenile, I'm letting you know I'm okaying your release. All right? But,
Your Honor, he does have a felony assault from that incident with Dad because he was already 17, and that's why he was taken downtown to the Tarrant County Jail.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Perry, unless you can post bail, you won't be able to get out. But I won't be holding you if CPS wants to take possession of you. Do you kind of get that's a little bit complicated? You have two cases. One, you're in probation or your pending case is a juvenile, and then you have an adult case. So I can only release you on the juvenile case. I can't do anything about the adult case. That's a different court. Okay.
Okay. Can my mom hear me?
Yeah.
Will I be able to contact y'all or call my sister?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whenever they take me back, I'm probably gonna call.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Perry.
So,
All right. Yes, ma'am.
So what happens in this case? So he's not being released?
Well, as long as there's a hold on him from the adult court, no. And that's not what this court does.
Okay. I'm just asking because I'm blindsided to all of this too. I'm not sure what happens or even who to talk to.
I understand. All right. Thank you, Ms. Perry. Okay. So I'm going to say, Ms. Kenyatta Kim, your camera needs to be on. Lakeisha, I specifically said at the beginning of this hearing, do not be laying down watching these hearings. I actually meant that. There's other people who evidently do not have their cameras on. Your cameras need. Pastor John, this is your last warning to turn your camera on.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes?
My camera been on. I don't know what's going on. I can see everything. My camera has been on.
Okay. Well, thank you. There seems to be a little bit of delay in the internet signal here. So thank you, Ms. Kenyatta.
Okay.
All right, next we will have William Beasley.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, so Mr. Beasley, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought in, you have to see a judge within 2 days. And I have to decide whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And, Mr. Adler has been appointed as your attorney. So William, yesterday you were referred by 4th PD. We had a warrant for you. No, yeah, we had a warrant for you, and you had new charges. According to the police, they staked out your residence, noticed your mom leaving the apartment in a black Ford. The taillight was out, so they did a traffic stop. They asked Mom where you were, and she said you were at home. Mom allowed the police to enter your home, where they found you in the back bedroom trying to hide from the police, so you were arrested. The warrant was for January 2nd. They were dispatched to Domino's Pizza, met with the victim. He said he was delivering pizza and drinks to an apartment. The victim said he knocked on the apartment door, got no response, came back to his car. 2 black males in the breezeway asked about the pizza. Since he thought they were the people that ordered the pizza, he gave them the pizzas. Third person came from behind, hit the victim with a closed fist, and they fled on foot. The victim called the police, tracked the phone number, and came back to your phone number. So you used your phone to call in a pizza that ended up allegedly, to rob the pizza guy. All right, so they interviewed some contacts and witnesses. There were 3 or more similar robberies in the previous days in the same complex with the same MO. And they're all in the same complex that you live in. And evidently, well, Mr. Thomas, is he currently on probation for unauthorized use of motor vehicle?
That is correct, Your Honor. He was placed on probation for that back in February 24th of last year. And then he has several pending charges with us that we were trying to take care of. He did not show up for court, at which time Judge Porter issued a DTA. While he was on abscond with this DTA, he got another out of custody referral for evading arrest. And then as of last night, these additional charges also came.
And he also skipped a psychological evaluation.
That is also correct, Your Honor. We tried
and he
to
tested
take
positive for weed. So he's on probation, skips a psychological evaluation ordered by court, picks up new cases, smoking weed, and all right, Mr. Beasley, clearly if I let you in the community, you're going to break more conditions of your release. So I think if I was to release you, you're a danger to yourself, you're a danger to others, and you're likely to abscond and not return to court. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you. Thank you, Mr. Beasley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Michael Cortez.
Leave it down. I'll get that. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Where the pizza guy came, the same person.
Cortez. You also have a lot of people there. All right, Mr. Cortez, are you here?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Cortez, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought into our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. Have to decide whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Adler has been appointed as your attorney. You are almost 17. So you are currently on probation for unlawfully carrying a weapon. And you had a court date for February 12th and a resource staffing for January 27th. Right. Now you also from December, I guess, had a pending case for a shootout in an apartment complex. Where evidently you were shot in the mouth. And then later in December, there was a call about something happened on December 5th. Victims said they picked you up. Another person to the victim's car to hang out and smoke weed. When they found a place to park, you were in the back seat, pulled out a handgun, and told the victim to get out of the car. So then you jumped in the driver's seat and left with the vehicle. So you've got an aggravated robbery case while you're on probation for unlawfully carrying a weapon. And then now, Grand Prairie brought you in. They're saying yesterday about 4 o'clock in the morning, there was a 911 call. Caller saw 2 males looking around inside the car when the police got there, did not see anyone. but saw a vehicle parked at a vacant lot. So they waited until they saw two males return to the car. Two males saw the marked police car and ran. One gave himself up and was arrested. That one had a knife and a loaded .45 caliber magazine on his person. The other person, which is you, ran, was later caught by the police. And after they blocked off the perimeter and used a heat signature drone to find you hiding in the bushes. In your search, you had two handguns in his jacket. One matched the other magazine, so you're arrested and transported here. And you're positive for weed when you're brought here. All right. Is somebody from the DA's office here?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Haynes, any idea on this child? Are y'all seeking determined sentence on the aggravated robbery?
I do not know. Let me, if I could have just a second, Your Honor.
Sure. Mr. Cortez, I want to let you know you've actually, the way it looks, is you're potentially in a heap of trouble. So on the aggravated robbery case, you're looking at, if they get determined sentence, you're looking up to 40 years in incarceration. After the juvenile TJJD, you could be transferred to the adult institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to complete the remainder of your sentence. In theory, you could be there till you're, I don't know, 47 years old, 57 years old. All right, so Mr. Haynes, you know by chance?
I don't know off the top of my head. I was going to sign in and see if there's any notes on his case. Have that in just a moment. So that is Mark Rickman's case. And
Your Honor, it just looks like regular delinquency petition's been filed according to JCMS.
It has been filed, correct?
the case is filed. I don't know if he's planning to take it yet or not. I could ask him and let you know by the end of the hearings today.
Well, if all this is in fact true, I have very little tolerance for this child. And so I'm going to want to move this one fairly quickly.
Okay.
Not when he's on probation for a gun case, picks up a new gun case, picks up an aggravated robbery case. So, especially at this age, he's almost 17 years old. So, can you ask Mr. Richmond to get back to the court and let us know what y'all's intentions are?
Yes, I will. I'll have him let you know here in a little bit.
Okay. If you could just email me and Mr. Adler at the same time, that way we can both know.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. So, Mr. Cortez, I'm going to go ahead and detain you. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Stephanie, you can put a note in there. Don't release without DJ approval. All right. Sarah Cross. Sarah, is that you in the courtroom?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. This is Probation Officer Hunt. Sarah's not here. Mother is online, though.
Did Sarah not show up for a detention hearing?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, let's issue a warrant for her. She'll be here next time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mom, sorry that you had to take time out, but I guess your daughter's making decisions, making poor decisions.
Yes.
All right. Jacqueline Livingston.
We're here, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Livingston. I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. I need to decide whether to release you or keep you here. If I release you, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have a right to an attorney, and you have a right to remain silent. Ms. Hamrick has been appointed as your attorney. So, Mr. Livingston, you're 15 years old, and you're referred for aggravated robbery. There's a shooting in progress call. And I guess when the police got there, three people robbed two people with handguns. When they arrested you, you had weed on you. And then JPDE is recommending TYRC for your substance abuse, which I'm assuming Marijuana. Ms. Brown, is there any other substance that we're concerned about other than marijuana?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so you're unsuccessfully discharged from TYRC. And yeah, Judge Porter denied placement. So we don't have any court dates yet. Is level 3 acceptable? So, Ms. Hamrick, how soon can you be ready for this? Can we give you 10 days?
Depends on what you're asking me. Am I ready for, Your Honor?
Well, I mean, right now he's on probation, so he's on probation for felony burglary of a building.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Brown? Ms. Brown?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, what is he on probation for?
For burglary of a building.
Okay, so it's a felony level offense. So what I want to do is go ahead and set this on the motion to modify on the probation violation. And then from there, if we want to adjudicate or deal with the aggravated robbery, we can do that at a future date. Right? But we're going to go ahead and send that out for right about between 10 and 14 days.
Judge, may I add, he's on 2 terms of probation.
Oh, what's the other one?
I believe it's a theft, but I believe this one is a misdemeanor.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there's no commitments on misdemeanors. So yeah, so we'll do the, Stephanie, let's go ahead and docket this for motion to modify contested hearing between 10 and 14 days. And then if the DA wants to pursue the aggravated robbery charge, they can do so at a later date. All right. So Mr. Livingston,
yes.
The reason I'm pushing this is because you're level 3 acceptable. That means you're causing problems back there. Clearly, you're not doing anything to help your attorney. And so if you don't want to be here, then you know what, you're going to get your way. So you have a parent here for Mr. Livingston?
Yes, sir. She's here.
She is here.
Under Lakeisha.
Lakeisha. All right. All right, Mr. Livingston, please improve your behavior level because you're not giving your attorney very much to work with.
Correct,
Thank you.
Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tyrian Akpan.
He's coming, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, no, that's Judge Porter. All right, Judge Porter. I'm pass the docket over to you. I will return for the under 14-year-olds.
All right, thank you, Judge Kim.
All right.
Good morning,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning again, Mrs. Uihe. How are you?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Akpon, are you Mr. Akpon?
Yes, sir.
Am I getting close to the correct pronunciation of your name?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, sir. My name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter if you're initially detained. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Ms. Uzuihe, is here. Do you see her on the screen? Rita, if you could say something so your box lights up.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I raise my
All
hand.
right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You mean to tell her yes, ma'am, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's be respectful. All right. According to the police report, you were brought in by Arlington PD for the offensive failure to identify around 5 p.m. on January 5th. Arlington Police Department responded to a disturbance at a Quick Trip on Cooper. The call text indicated that someone was inside the store eating and drinking and refusing to leave after being there for about 30 minutes. Upon arrival, officers saw a suspect outside the building and identified himself using a certain name. The clerk thought that that person was stealing, told him to leave, but nevertheless, the person was waiting for his brother to pick him up, so he stayed. Store clerk relayed some more information to police. A criminal trespass warning was issued. And then it was discovered that you allegedly gave the police a false name and date of birth. So you were brought here. You're scheduled for court next week before Judge Cherry.
28.
And you're level 3. All right. Did Judge Kim talk to you about the level system in the back?
The last time we talked, he didn't really mention too much about it, but he spoke about it.
What did he tell you he expected though?
1,
And what are you?
3.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. You understand why level 3 is bad and level 1 is good, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got 8 days to get to level 1 outstanding. And you want to do that because if you do that, by the time you have your hearing before Judge Cherry, you put your attorney in the best possible position to argue for the best possible outcome for you. But if you remain level 3 between now and next week, Judge Terry's going to look at that. And that goes badly for you. All right?
Yes, sir.
That goes good for the DA who's prosecuting you. So would you rather help your attorney or would you rather help the DA?
Attorney.
Okay. So what do you got to do to help your attorney out?
I got to get level 1.
There you go, sir. Okay. Now, as for today, I have to order that you be detained because you have not demonstrated that if I were to release you, it would be safe to do so, that you wouldn't be a danger to the community. So I'm going to order you be detained, but you know what you got to do between now and next week to help out your attorney, right?
Yeah. How many days you say I have to get
It's 8 days until your hearing next week. So you've got a hearing before Judge Terry on Thursday of next week. All right?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So you know what you got to do, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
You gonna do it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. That'll be the order of the court.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Ms. Uzoehe. All right. Brandon Zachary Freck. And I know I saw Mom here earlier.
I'm still
here. All right. Do you go by Brandon or Zachary?
I go by Brendan, sir.
Okay. Help me pronounce your last name correctly.
Freck.
Okay, I did get it right.
Yes, sir.
Freck, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Graham, is here. Do you see him on the screen?
No, sir.
Can you see me?
I still can't see you, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now I see you.
All right.
All right. According to the police report back on January 5th, Fort Worth Police Department detained you on a DTA issued by Judge Kim for an EM violation that occurred the day before. The day before, you had time out for work from 4 p.m. until midnight. Around 9:30, it's reported that you left work and went to Bicentennial Park, which was about 2 miles away from your job. And you were there until 10:45. Ooh, an hour and 45 minutes away from work. And then you left the park to go home. But your timeout was only for work.
Yes, sir.
Not for a jaunt to the park.
I understand, sir.
Now, is Miss Hall here?
Yes, sir.
Miss Hall, was he drug tested when he came back in?
He was, and he was positive for marijuana.
Oh. So Mom, what do you think about that?
It does not make me happy at all. I'm disappointed because I feel like he was doing good and then he had a setback.
Mm-hmm.
And if he comes home, if you allow him to come home, I would request that he be on a monitor to prove he can do what he's supposed to do, as well as a drug patch at this point.
What's he on probation for?
He's on probation. He's on probation.
Yeah, Miss Hall.
He's on probation for a misdemeanor assault, and he's already on probation until his 18th birthday, which is April. We have not sent anything to the DA's office yet because there's not really anything else we can do to modify his probation. However, if he is not released today, we will have to go ahead and forward the VOCO to the DA.
All right, Mr. Graham, what are your thoughts?
Well, Your Honor, obviously he tested positive, which is not good, but he is on level 1 outstanding, has done well since he has been there. So we'd ask that he be released on whatever conditions the court wants. Obviously, the monitor probably, whether the court wants more drug testing and or drug patch, we'll leave that up to the court.
Oh, Brandon, what are we going to do to help you out?
I think the drug patch would be a good idea because it's like me and Ms. Hall were talking, whether I want to admit it or not, I am addicted to smoking. Like,
all right. Against my better judgment, because both Ms. Hall and your mom have asked me to do it, I'm going to release you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be on the electronic monitor. We'll be on the drug patch. But Ms. Hall is incorrect. There are lots of creative things that I can do or Judge Kim can do to modify your probation.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think you've met both of us and you talked to us long enough to know that we can get very creative.
And I'm well aware of that, sir.
Okay. Knowing how creative Judge Kim and I can get, you gotta follow your conditions of probation better. Okay.
I promise you're not going to see me again until I come sign those papers.
Okay, Mom, you've heard him make that promise.
I heard it.
Okay. If he breaks his promise to you and to me, no birthday this year.
Ooh.
He will turn 18 without celebrating his birthday. All right?
All right. You're stiff, but I'll take the deal.
No. It's not a deal. It's not a deal.
Yes,
It's
Your
a
Honor.
unilateral contract. I get to dictate the terms. So not only do you not celebrate your birthday, I get to come up with additional creative conditions.
Yes, sir.
All right. And trust me, I am very creative.
Yes, sir.
All right. Don't let me down this time, okay? The next time you got an urge to smoke, instead of doing it, pick up the phone, call your mom. All right? Let her talk you through it. All right? That'll be the order of the court. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Graham. Thank you, Ms. Hall. Okay. Christina Hill.
Sit up.
Good morning. Are you Ms. Hill?
Good morning.
All right. Is Mr. Shaw here?
I'm here.
There he is. I see him now. All right.
Where?
All right. Ms. Hill, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Shaw, is here. Do you see him on the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, you have been level 1-0 since January 8th. According to the police report, around January 4th at nearly 10:30 at night, Arlington Police Department responded to a domestic disturbance. Upon arrival, they spoke with your mom, who relayed the following. You'd become upset with mom because mom would not let her son's friend come over. Okay. And you became more and more upset when mom would not drop her off at a cousin's house. Verbal altercation escalated, and then you allegedly went and got a knife from the kitchen and told your mother to walk up on me. I bet both of us will die today. That's scary. Really? Okay. You were eventually arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Oh, and is Mr. Victorson, was she drug tested when she came in?
Check, Your Honor. I believe so.
And were those drug tests positive for marijuana?
She was tested on the 5th of January when she came in, and it was positive for marijuana.
Okay. Does she have any prior referrals to the department?
Yes, Your Honor. If you look on page 2, there's an offense history.
So she has not one, but two prior referrals, both for assault, family violence.
In my understanding, his mother is the victim in all 3 of these cases now.
Is mom here today?
She
I'm
is.
here. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, you're Miss Hill?
Yes, sir.
Miss Hill, how long has this been going on?
It's been going on for a while.
Are there certain triggers or is it just random?
She's like, you can't tell her what to do. She don't listen. She want to be grown.
Well,
and yeah.
Does she pay the rent at your house?
No, sir. No.
She pay the electric bill?
No, sir.
She pay for her groceries?
No, sir.
She pay for the clothes on her back?
No, sir.
What about her trips to the beauty parlor? She pay for those?
No, sir.
So, okay. How does she contribute financially to the household?
She can't. She's a minor.
Okay. So let me get this straight. She didn't pay for anything. You provide her everything she needs, but she's the one who thinks that she can make her own decision and take advantage of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
No, sir, it's not right at all.
Okay, just checking. So she has been level 1-0 for about 12 days, which is the best behavioral level we've got. She's demonstrated that she knows how to follow the rules when she wants to.
Yes, sir.
But is that enough to convince you that she can behave herself at home?
To be honest, Judge, it is not convincing to me. It's not.
Tell me why.
I love my daughter to death, but when she drew that knife on me, it just put the icing on the cake.
That's a game changer, isn't it?
Yes.
I'd
rather see her at home, but when she did that, it's just, I can't trust my daughter no more.
Now, have y'all been having phone conversations while she's been in detention?
Yes, sir. But last night she got an attitude and hung the phone up. So I don't know.
What do you need to hear from her in
She
order
haven't
for you to feel safe?
apologized. She haven't apologized to me. If she say sorry and let me know that she will do right and she'll be a better person, yes, that'll make me feel great. That she won't go run to the kitchen and draw a knife down on me. Yeah.
Do you have any other kids in the household?
Yes, sir. I got 2 in the household with me right now.
How old are they?
I got a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Okay. Do you think if I were to let Miss Hill go home today with you, that she'd pose a danger either to herself or to you or her siblings?
I don't know, Your Honor. I don't know.
But you don't feel safe in the home yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's that those phone conversations haven't gone well enough yet where you feel safe?
No.
But if there was a point where those phone conversations started going right the way she started really opening up to you and talking to you and being respectful, at some point, would you be willing to let her go home?
Yes, sir. I'd rather her be at home.
Mr. Shaw, what are your thoughts?
I just wanted to ask Christiana's mom, so you don't want her to come home today? Is that what you're saying to the court?
No, not today.
Judge, I don't have anything further.
All right. Ms. Hill?
Yes, sir.
Younger Miss Hill. You heard your mom talking, okay? It's up to you during those phone conversations to repair the damage with your relationship. And once that happens, then we can let you go home. But there are two things you have to do. First, you have to maintain level 1-0 for me, okay? You do that between now and your next detention hearing. And that'll go a long way in convincing both me and your mom that you're willing to follow the rules. The second thing you need to do is during those phone conversations, start being respectful to mom so that she will feel safe, okay? Does that make sense, Miss Hill?
Yes, sir.
And younger Miss Hill, does that make sense? All right. That's going to be the order of the court. Thank you.
What?
Christian D'Angelo Mays.
We're here, Your Honor.
All right. Are you Mr. Mays?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mays, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Masick, is here. Do you see him on the screen?
I'm right here.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The court previously found that probable cause exists to believe that you should be detained in our facility. More specifically, you were brought in on a DTA issued by me. And Judge Kim talked to you about what he needed from you to begin the conversation about your release. And what did he tell you? What did your level need to be?
1-0, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. What is it?
2-8, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. So what do I have to do today?
The time.
Okay. Between now and your next detention hearing, what are you going to do to put yourself in a position where we can begin the conversation talking about your release?
File the races.
Pardon?
I said file the races.
That'll be a good start.
You know, just make sure I get my
Okay.
name.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Masick?
Your Honor, I can't get around the level, so.
All right.
But otherwise, he's been doing better, so. And Mom is saying good things about him, so.
Hey, that's good. All right. As of today, I got to order you be detained, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know what you got to do in the next 10 business days, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Make it happen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Masick. Aldo Solis.
He's coming in right now, Your Honor.
All right. Are you Mr. Solis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Solis, my name is Judge Porter. The law says when you're brought into detention and initially detained, you must see a judge every 10 business days thereafter. This is your 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, and your attorney, Mr. Adler, is here. Do you see him on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. You've been level 1-0 since the 11th. Mr. Adler, what are your thoughts?
Judge, several things going on in this case. The first thing is Mom is not present, not 100% certain she's ready for him to come home based on the charge, which was against his brother, allegedly. But Judge, we have several other things, if I may address the court on.
Yes, sir.
Because of the drug that he tested positive for in his history, I would ask the court to please order placement search today. So we'll have options because his mom is not quite ready for him to go home and possibly avoid a CPS referral. That's the reason I'm asking for the placement search. And we are set for court on February 1st, hoping the placement search can be done by then.
Ms. Aguirre? What are your thoughts on a placement search?
Your Honor, I am in agreement. I do recommend a placement search for Aldo.
That will be granted. So if you'll get with Mr. Shahan and begin that process, the court will grant that request, Mr. Adler.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Solis, I too am concerned about the particular drug that information that's provided in the report to me today. And it's not just once, but it's at least twice that I know about. So that really does give me pause. So based on, you've been doing really well in the back. I need you to continue to maintain that level 1.0. The reason you want to do that is because whatever the results of the placement search are, the better your behavior in the back, the better the outcome on the placement search. And you put your attorney in the best possible position to argue on your behalf. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to put your attorney in the best possible position so that we can get the best outcome for you, okay? I understand this is not what you want today, but really, given the information in the police report, I'm still a little concerned. So I'm going to order that you be detained, all right? But keep being a good example for everybody else in the back for me. Will you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Adler?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. No, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Good.
Thank you.
All right. The open courts provision of the Texas Constitution guides all courts in the state of Texas and counsels us that we should keep the doors of our courthouses open. During this pandemic, the Texas Supreme Court in emergency orders 1 through 33 has directed all the courts in the state of Texas to keep our doors closed generally to the public as part of the court's effort to help mitigate the damage caused by this pandemic. However, in keeping with the spirit of the open courts provision of the Texas Constitution, these hearings have been broadcast live on YouTube. An exception arises to the open courts provision of the Texas Constitution under Section 5408 of the Texas Family Code. It provides that when a child or children are under the age of 14, there is a presumption that the child's right to privacy outweighs the public's right to participate in those hearings. There's been no evidence brought forth to the court today that suggests that presumption should not carry weight. So the remaining hearings today involve children under the age of 14. And pursuant to Section 5408 of the Texas Family Code, the remainder of these hearings will be closed to the public. I'll remind anyone who may have been watching on YouTube that rebroadcasting or recording all or part of any of these hearings is expressly forbidden. Violation of the court's order may subject you to civil and/or criminal contempt proceedings. So at this time, I'll ask the court coordinator or Judge Kim to discontinue the live stream on YouTube